I will be your trainer for next 5 to 6 week in this beautiful journey of learning Workday Payroll. So before we begin, this webinar is basically to just give you a highlight of what Workday Payroll is about. We'll touch base on a lot of payroll related concepts at very high level, and what this training entails, about what different elements we'll be going through in our session, in the next 6 weeks of training, 5 to 6 weeks of training, and what ZaranTech brings in, what's different, and how we make that difference in making the learning journey more comprehensive, and what value adds we provide. All right. Quick disclaimer before we begin our session today. And Alok, please, feel free to chime in and whenever you feel like.
Okay.
Guys, please raise your hands whenever you have any questions. I'll pause between certain slides to, come back to you for any questions. But yeah, feel free to drop any questions in the chat or raise your hands. Right. So topic or the agenda for today is, after a quick introduction, we'll, just talk about what's course, all about, introduction to Workday Payroll, what will be the different modules or, different sections of payroll that we'll talk about in this course, overall payroll overview, salary trend for, payroll consultants in the job market currently, how's the job trend looks like, and as I said, various ZaranTech offerings across, not only payroll but overall Workday learning journey. And Alok will talk about our learning management system and LinkedIn community, and we'll open up for Q&As. So quick introduction about myself. I have been in this Workday ecosystem for almost 10 years now. I have worked on quite a few end-to-end implementations spanning across different verticals, different customer bases, from retail, healthcare, government agencies, and your conglomerate, technology, media, telecommunication, across everything. So I had experience to work across different modules, starting from your requirement gathering sessions, design sessions, and then configuration, testing, and proper go live and post production support. And I had this opportunity to coach almost 50 plus Workday payroll enthusiasts so far, and looking forward to start a course with all you guys. With that, so what is this all about? Our course, all right. So this course, as I previously mentioned, is basically a 40-hour course that's designed to expose you to the world of payroll. We have designed our curriculum to focus on core payroll and then specialize and deep dive into nuances of US payroll. Okay. We'll understand and we'll learn different concepts around payroll, different payroll processing framework, and this we will focus it around Workday payroll, how Workday is different from other ERPs. We'll learn about payroll processing framework, the run categories, the period schedules, the pay group, payment elections, earnings and deductions, right? Different flavors of earnings and deductions. What are earnings and deductions? And then, once we establish that core concept around earnings and deductions, we'll start deep diving into what are the US specific, earnings and deductions that we configure, how we configure, what are the different, points and elements that need to be taken care of, right? We'll also learn about federal, state, and local tax setup. So, as you know, right, I'm pretty sure among the folks who have joined us, a lot of you would already be working on payroll, right? Either in Workday or in some other different ERP, either in a consultant position or, as a pay administrator in one of the companies. One of the most challenging things when we talk about US payroll is definitely the tax structures, right? We have multi-layered tax structures. We have the federal government's tax setup, then we have the state, and then we also have the counties and the cities and the other taxes. And across my journey, I have, came across a lot of students who feel really, daunted around the tax structure, how we set up taxes, how different taxes kick in, how what is the overall concept around taxation in work. So we'll demystify all these concepts in our journey. How do we set up these taxes? How do we, differentiate the state and local tax setup across different companies? So we'll look at all those configuration aspects. We'll also spend good amount of time in understanding withholding orders or garnishment, as a lot of people call them. So these are basically the court orders, where the employees are issued court orders like your child support or your bankruptcy orders or your spousal care, right? Things like those. So these orders are basically involuntary deductions that come across to the employer via government organization, and the employees have to pay a certain portion of their paycheck every paycheck to these government organizations, and then they disperse it to the end user, right? So it's a very different withholding setup when it comes to Workday payroll. So there is a lot of content and a lot of setup that is owned by Workday. When I say owned by Workday, there is a lot of compliance related things around withholding orders, like calculation of disposable earning, how the calculation of disposable earning varies across multiple states, and how Workday itself owns and controls it. So as an administrator or as a consultant, we have to do certain setup for withholding orders to process correctly, but core of the garnishments and the withholding order setup is owned and maintained by Workday, right? Periodically the government come up with a lot of changes in terms of how they calculate disposable earnings, what could be the priority when multiple an employee has multiple withholding orders. So these all setup are owned and governed by Workday, and we it's not that Workday owns it, but you have 100% visibility of how a child support is calculated for California versus how a child support is calculated for Alabama, right? How the calculations for various disposable earnings and maximum amount that should be withheld varies across different states. So it's a very detailed explanation and hands-on that we will do on withholding orders and the tax setup. Just like withholding orders on the taxes front as well, lot of things are controlled by Workday and owned by Workday when we come to taxes, right? So we will see all those things when we talk about tax structure and withholding order in our course. We will also understand how banking setup and the settlement setup is done, because payroll is, again, it, it's job half done unless and until you pay the employees properly, right? Their net pay, correct? So to do that, we have to set up a lot of settlement related and banking related configuration, and we will look at all those aspects, right? What are important bank account setup and settlement related setups that a payroll consultant has to do. And then we will also look into different domains and functional areas that control the security layer of Workday payroll. And at last, we will look at what are the different business processes in Workday. So business processes basically are the business transactions that an end user do, and you can put your approval steps or conditional steps in that workflow to control the overall life cycle and the approval procedure of the business process. We will look at what are the different business process that one can encounter in their journey of Workday payroll, and how do we configure those, or how they are triggered, and the security layer around it as well. Okay, so if we talk about the prerequisite, of course a basic knowledge of human resources and any HCM ERP is is an add-on. But trust me, what actually matters is how much zeal you have to learn about payroll. It's all about, I've seen graduates who have just passed, their professional schooling journey, and they have, excelled in payroll, right? It's about understanding those concepts and connecting the dots across different modules, right? And of course, the knowledge of, HRMS or, HCM or prior knowledge is always an add-on, but it's not a, hard and fast rule that you need to have those, basic concepts. Then only you can start your payroll journey. It's not like that. You can start your payroll journey as and when you decide to, right? And we will, again, we in this course, the beautiful part is we start from the very basic, right? This course is, designed in a way that anyone who is, just coming in and, started and wants to start their journey into payroll, they will understand, all the concepts. So we start from the basic, and, the learning curve takes you to the advanced, level. And of course, people who are, recruiters or payroll administrators or, consultants looking to be a future payroll consultant, this is the course, for you. Again, who should take up this course? Individuals already in HRMS technology, or people who want to build their careers into HRMS, right? HR and finance professionals, and professionals, interested in, getting a jump start to their IT career. And if you have been, reading a lot about HCM and HRMS on LinkedIn or any other, platform, you will see that in last couple of years, this AI and technological trend has, boomed a lot, and there are most of the companies now want to shift to these cloud-based platforms, and Workday takes the lead here, right? Workday is by far the best and the market leader when it comes to Workday payroll, and that's why you have a lot of, Workday payroll implementation opportunities that you would see across your, platforms, both in the capacity of a payroll consultant and the client side roles as, payroll administrator or, payroll operations, right? So you have both avenues open, and this course will help both the audiences, to uplift their payroll knowledge and understand Workday payroll, right? The recent graduate, the MBA graduate with HR or finance specialization, this will be a very, good value add and, learning curve for you. So what are the benefits of this training? So we offer training and certification options, that a USP of ZaranTech, and Alok will talk about this in detail, at the fag end of this session, that how ZaranTech, empowers our student to not only, take these kind of courses, but also a step further, to get yourself certified, how we, kind of help you in that journey, right? So we have a very well detailed and well structured training material. You will have the access to all the PPTs, all the training materials, along with the assessments and the lab activities, right? So all these are designed with live payroll scenarios, and you will be configuring all those, the end-to-end scenario in your dedicated Workday test tenants, as and when we complete our courses, right? So it's not like you will have the access to the tenant for, a short duration of time. You have, till the course is, live, you have the dedicated access to the tenants. And whenever you feel like, you can log into the tenant and, start configuring and playing around, right? Content, as well, as I said, is very well structured and aligned with the Workday's payroll training methodologies. So it will be very, easy for you to sit for those certification examinations, because your concepts will already be cleared. And also, from an interview perspective also, we will touch base on lot of live and, real payroll scenarios that, I have encountered in my, journey in the 10-year journey of Workday Payroll. And it's a community learning. So I'm sure a lot of you will be bringing invaluable, experiences from your previous payroll journey. So it is going to be a combined learning. And yeah, enrolled students can access training blogs and recorded videos. All the sessions are recorded and hosted on our learning management system, and you have access to these recordings every time. So whenever you feel like you want to refresh whatever we learned in previous sessions, you can go ahead and watch those videos again. All right. So that's key features around our course. Now I'll just pause for a couple of seconds. From here on, we are going to see what is Workday, what is Workday Payroll, and what are the different configuration elements that we will, this course will touch upon in next 5 to 6 weeks. But before that, any questions? Anyone?
There is one question in the Q&A section. What course is needed if you FPPPHR with several years of experience but want to become a Workday admin?
For to become a Workday admin, basically you need to go through the concepts of Workday Payroll for administrators, and this course contains all of those elements. So at the end of this course, you will have sufficient knowledge to start your journey as a payroll administrator. That's all I can say. Right? Hope that answers the question. Any other questions, Alo?
Hi, Ajay. Also, see, since I'm from a non-workday background, so I have 10 years of experience into payroll, different payroll modules. I mean, the payroll cloud. So
Which
I
products
work
do you
with
have?
ADP, Darwin,
Okay,
and
that's perfect, Venkat. Let me. So in our last course, right, we had a lot of folks who had experience in the products like Ceridian, Dayforce,
Mhm.
ADP, UKG, and trust me, by the end of this course, the kind of learning elevation they had, right? I mean,
Mhm.
the best part with your case is you already have a lot of exposure to payroll, right? Because ADP and I mean is a really good payroll
But
ERP,
I'm
and again,
not into USA. I have into India payroll only. So since
that's fine.
USA also new to me. To,
That's fine. That's fine. That's what
yeah,
I'm telling Venkat. See, the core payroll remains same, right?
yeah,
There is period schedules, you have pay group, right? You have earnings and deductions. As I said, this course talks about core payroll. For the first 15 to 20 hours, we will spend building the basic building blocks of core payroll. All right. And then in the later half of our course, we learn about the nuances of US specific payrolls, right? How is overtime calculated? As I said, how is the tax structure different, for US? What is federal tax structures? How is state tax setup done? How is local tax setup done? What are city, county, and other taxes? So US has, 50 states, right? All the 50 states have a different way of calculating taxes.
yeah.
So we will learn all those things in this 20 hours of US specific payroll learning. All right, I can guarantee you that by the end of this course you will have sufficient knowledge around US payroll to not only clear the interviews but to shift your career journey to US payroll on Workday side.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, is companies will accept my prior experience to move into with this course, showcasing my profile as a payroll consult. I mean, Workday consultant into organization.
Honestly, I've seen a lot of people from a previous HCM background like ADP or SAP or UKG or different payroll, because
Hmm.
everybody starts their payroll journey one day, right?
Yeah,
Nobody is so, and trust me, the demand for Workday payroll, and especially for people who already have spent good amount of time in payroll ecosystem like you is immense, right? It's just that you need to, I would say, get that Workday specific payroll knowledge on your CV, and you should be ready for, to answer those elementary payroll related questions, Workday payroll related questions, right? And
And
I'm
also
pretty
get certified.
yeah, And yeah, we help certify, we help you get certified as well, Venkat. Getting certification on Workday, any module, right, is very difficult because you either have to be
Yeah,
with
partner
a
with
partner,
yeah.
with a partner, with a service partner, or on the customer side. Then only you can help, you can get certified. But ZaranTech, has partnered with a couple of institutions that help you get certified, right? And Alok will talk about that in detail.
Okay.
But to answer your question, Venkat, trust me, I have seen a lot of people shift their careers into Workday and who are coming from different HCM.
So one
jobs.
last question. Sorry to interrupt. So is Workday HCM core HCM is prerequisite to learn into Workday payroll, or you can any payroll background can able to deep dive into this Workday payroll?
I would say it's a good to have knowledge because
Good to.
HCM is basically your the basic
Mm.
entry level into Workday, right?
Mhm.
What is an organization? What is a supervisory organization? What is a job management or a position management? But with your experience, or with anyone who has even a basic level of ERP or a HCM understanding, it it will not be very difficult to start, because see, there are touch point. HCM feeds data into payroll, right?
Yes.
Because which company an employee belongs, right?
Master data and all that.
Yes, correct. What is the employee type, whether it is a full-time employee, whether it is a part-time employee, these all things are stored in HCM. But that
Correct.
doesn't mean if you don't know that, or you haven't learned HCM, or you haven't had a HCM certification, you can't learn payroll. No, you can always, and you can easily learn payroll. That's why, right? We start from the basic. We will itself see what are those touch points. So even if someone has not, learned or, had exposure to HCM, they can easily, understand payroll.
Yeah.
How much part of reporting will be covered? Somebody asked this question. Before we get into that, can I share my screen quick?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Alok.
Okay. Can you see my screen first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are covering this. Okay. This is what we cover. Now, US payroll and UK payroll, Canada payroll, Australia payroll, these are all the payrolls, only payrolls available. Okay. Now you might think there is a lot of difference here. Now let me go and show you here. It's little small, but if you can see it, please let me know. If you cannot, I'll make it bigger. Hello?
Yeah, a little bigger would be better, Alok, but yeah,
Nice.
we can.
Oh, sorry, I made it smaller. All right.
I
So
think that's
this
perfect.
is your Workday Payroll course offered by Workday. This is your certification guide. Workday Payroll Administrator, which is a 32-hour course. This is from Workday. Okay. Payroll for Administrator, which is 32 hours, obviously $4,400. This is the course curriculum. See this part? It's the same. The 32-hour course is the same. This one, which is a free course, Workday offers for US payroll administrators, UK, Canada, Australia, is 15 hours. It's a video course. So the gist of your payroll course is right there. So don't think that if you are learning US payroll, you can't work on UK payroll or anything like that. This is just so if you have access to the Workday Learning Center, which you will once you take our training program and sign up for getting certification, we'll connect you with a partner company and we'll get you access to the Workday Learning Center and Workday community. You will get access, and then you can take, obviously you already know this from us, you've taken this training, and US payroll will teach this and this, right? But tomorrow when you go towards the certification side and we refer you to the partner company, and then you get access to Workday Learning Center, you can take this for free. The free courses on Workday Learning Center portal. All right. So this is the actual guide, certification guide. This is the course. This is the main course. Is this clear, guys? A lot of people get confused, so I try to show in this format. Then they are pretty clear on this. Okay. If you're clear, I'll also cover the LMS since I'm already here. When you take our training program, you will get access to a learning management system, which is going to look some like this. You can only access this learning management system from within it has a social login. So if you're not logged into your Gmail, you cannot access this LMS. Tenant access will be provided here. You just click the button, access the tenant. Your curriculum is basically here, which is administrator plus US payroll. So if you see this right here, it's about 32 hours, administrator, 15 hours. So that's 47 hours. That's the course we have. Exactly following Workday standard. Okay. So that's the course. Material section, I'm going to come back in a little bit. Video recording. Each and every session is video recorded. After the session, like this one right now, you will get the recording uploaded here. Meeting links will be posted like the one you got. You just click attend. Attendance is right there. We'll follow attendance very carefully. And after that, after all of this is done and you're ready, you've practiced on your tenant, we have 3 tenants for ourselves. Okay, 1 second. Take a look at this company. I'm a vested owner of this company. We are Innovation Silver Partner ourselves. We are an Innovation Silver Partner. So we are partner ourselves, but we collaborate with 6 other companies as well. That's why we can help you get certified. So I handle all the GTM strategy and everything for sales. This is a testing tool, automation tool, which Workday customers, we sell it to Workday customers. As you can see, we are an Innovation Silver Partner. You can also find us on the partner portal of Workday, which is, give me 1 second, I'll take you there. Sorry, I've got too much content here and there, okay? This is your partner portal. So somewhere here you will find us. So we work with right now about almost 80% of the staffing companies, AMS companies, we work with quite a lot here. So these guys either hire from us or we work with them for other things. All right, now let's get back here. This is your learning management system. Video recordings, I've talked about materials. I'll talk about the materials now. So every session, including the PowerPoint you're looking at right now, your trainer is explaining, is inbuilt. We build it in-house. We do not copy Workday's logos, nothing like that. Everything is ours. We build everything. We put our watermarks, everything. Everything is built in-house. We are a big shop. Assessment documents are built in-house. All the lab documents are built in-house. You will have access to this when you are enrolled student of ZaranTech. Okay. And I think you all have already received a couple of videos from our team about how we can help you get certified and how we also help people clear their certification on first attempt, because we have built platform which is called a practice test platform. That's about it from my side. Any questions? I'll take it about LMS. I'll pause here. You there?
Thanks for, yep. Thanks for covering that.
I'll take some questions. Let me see. Can you say that please again? It's in this document. If you go, I'll go over this document as well. So this is your payroll cohort document. Just go here, click on anything, any section, Workday certification guidelines. You can go through the guidelines. All of that stuff is right there. If you want to go over the fees, it's right there. You can click on this link and make the payment. You have installment options from Klarna, or you have installment options for Afterpay. If you are logged in from India and you want a Razorpay account or payment link or whatever, we can send you that as well. We have a subsidiary office in India, Bangalore, so we can send you from that. But that's our payment terms. Our tenants are dedicated tenants. So there are some features we have which most companies don't. Training companies, one of the biggest one is our tenants are dedicated, meaning one user, one tenant, 24/7. We own our tenants, unlike other companies, and then we are the only company which can refer you to get certified. And then we have in our own platform built for certification practice tests, which helps you clear the certifications in first attempt. All those details are already sent to you guys, but and then you can go click here, see the reviews, maybe talk to some people. If you want to talk to these people who have got certified from us, you can directly click on the link and you can go to the LinkedIn and talk to them. This document was shared with you guys. All the LinkedIn posts from our students have been posted here. You can talk to as many students as you want who have got certified. Some have got jobs, all of that stuff. It's right here. We post all the links of the real person, not a Google review, because Google review, a lot of people, anybody can post. So this document has everything. It has the weight of the questions when you take the certification, the exam structure, how many questions, all of that stuff. Everything's here. So payroll for administrator, which is a 4-day training. This is what Workday offers. We replace our training of $699 for $4,400. If you work for a customer or a partner company and your company pays for this course, they will pay Workday $4,400 for 5 days of training. And this is, since it's a self-paced training, it's no cost. And obviously, certification is a standard rate. Anybody has to pay $800. But you have to get here. You have to work for a customer or partner company. With us, we refer you to the partner company directly after our training. Questions?
Hi, is the certificate practice platform included with the fees of the training? Or
Yes.
Is it additional?
Yes. No, it is included. Good question. So what he is asking right now is the certification practice test platform we have. If you choose to go that you want the certification practice test platform only, it is $199 for each certification. You get one certification, 3 attempts. But when you take that course from us and pay that $699, you get instructor-led live training for 47 hours. You get trainer Ajay. You get all the video recordings. You get 2 months of tenant access, which is $300 worth. You get access to the practice test platform, and you get access to, you get us referring to your partner company, which in itself is worth every penny.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Follow-up question on that one. Even if we don't want to go with your partner certification company, we'll have the access to the platform, or is it like interlinked that
Which platform? Our, like the LMS platform?
No, the certification practice platform. Like, is it linked to ZaranTech or you're the partner certification company?
If you, okay, I get you. I get your question. So what you're saying is,
it's because I am already work for another partner company. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're working for a partner company and you want to go through them for your certification, let us know. It's fine. We will still release access to the practice test platform for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. It is, sometimes it can get a little confusing. So that's why I attend these sessions to explain you. But if you have any questions, please ask. This is the platform. I will post this for you guys right here. There is a LinkedIn link. You can take a look at this. And you will see a lot of different here in this cohort document. We have posted all these links to the LinkedIn posts from students. You can ask them. They'll tell you how good is that platform because it helps them clear the certification in first attempt. Passing rate is 87%, meaning if 100 students took that training and the platform access, they pass 87% of the time. 87 people pass compared to the market. This is the platform. We've made a post, but you can watch the video. Everything's right there. I'll share this with you guys. The certification practice test platform has changed quite a lot it's helped quite a lot of people. How will I get access to the recording post? We'll send you the recording. Let me just see some questions. Fees, again, discuss. We will be looking at variable. Ajay, can you answer that?
Yeah, that's the one I answered.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see some other questions. Yes. Okay.
I have a question. So your $699, that includes the certification platform questions or not?
Yes, it does.
And then your $699 basically is for payroll alone, correct?
Yes.
There are other modules also in Workday. That's why I'm asking.
No, I understand. There are quite a lot of modules.
But yours is only for payroll.
We offer other courses too. What is I'm still not understanding your question.
So basically, Venkat, the $699 is for the payroll training, core payroll plus US specific payroll, and then you get that access to the platform, right? The assessment platform. But
when you pay the $699, you get access to the live training program with trainer Ajay. You will get access to the learning management system where we record all the live sessions you attend. You get access to 2 months of tenant access, GMS tenant. You get, after your training, we also refer you to the partner company that is also part of this. And then you pay them the $800 fees to get the certification done. And then because you're going for the certification, you need help to clear the certification. So the platform which we have built, the certification practice test platform, is also released as part of this one fee. We in fact offer about.
So
go ahead.
So you also
go ahead.
Is there a training? Is there a training session for reporting and integration and everything else?
Yes, we have cohorts for HCM. We have integration in Studio, compensation, advanced compensation, benefits, recruiting, Prism, analytics, reporting. We have student. We don't have learning. We don't have talent. PAT we have completely. Payroll obviously separate. Absence and time tracking is separate. We have, and if you want video courses, we have video courses for everything. So we have a platform for video courses for every module. So, but for live training, we have that. The ones I told you.
Got it. So
I have a question.
The video training is actually
the video training is a different platform. The video training is a different platform. I'll post the link here. It's you can just purchase the videos. Click purchase. That's a separate platform.
Hi, I have a question regarding this tenant. So you said taxes for this, it covers in the $6.99, right? So
right.
What is the duration on it? Is it on weekends or weekdays? How long the course is? You said 47 hours.
The course, right here. I'm going to leave it here.
So it starts at 25th hour. What's the ending? When there's the course on?
This is the course schedule.
So Archana, it will basically span across 5 to 6 weeks because it's 47 hours and we connect 4 days in a week for about 90 minutes. So that generally, spans till 6 weeks. But you will, to answer your question, you will have access to the tenant for 2 months and for the entire duration of that 2 months. It's not that for a couple of hours you will have that access and then that access will be taken. No. For the 24/7 till 2 months.
Yeah. And also another thing, sometimes what happens is there are holidays in the middle or something might happen. If that happens, we still continue. And let's say your trainer exceeds the 2 months, right? You will still have access. As long as your trainer is taking the classes, you will have access.
And
if he finishes,
this tenant we can access the tenant only during the course, right? Like under this 47 hours, right?
24/7, 2 months till the end of the training. If the training ends before 2 months, it will go for 2 months. And after that, if you want additional access, it is $149 per user per month. Our tenants are 24/7, one user, one tenant.
So basically, the tenant access is not for after the training, it's when we're training. So after the training, anything after that, you have to pay.
If you exceed 2 months, yes.
Yeah.
So let's say we start class on Monday, the 25th. So the 25th would have the tenant access. So it's going to run for 2 months from the 25th, which will be October 25th. So if you have it after October 25th, then you have to pay extra money.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And if you want to see the tenant, we can send you a video as well. In fact, it's already here in this. Go ahead. Somebody else had a question? Hello?
I have a question about recorded sessions. You said recorded sessions are available after each class. Is there expiry date for these recorded sessions or they are 1 year?
You have access to this LMS for 1 year.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no. You can ask whatever questions you have. I know it's a little bit, sometimes it can be confusing, but
yeah. And
all right, sounds good.
I want to add one thing, Alok. So the tenants, right, guys, I know that, a lot of you would already, have looked out for, for these trainings, but let me assure you the tenant that we have, right, it's a full blown access, right? A lot of companies would have tenant, but with lot of restrictions in terms of what you can view, what you can, configure and what you can create. But the tenants we have are, as I said, right, the full blown access. As a payroll administrator, you have view to all those tasks and reports that are, required for your understanding and learning. So yeah, that's an important.
Okay, so I just shared the tenant with you guys, a video for it. The tenant access we provide, which you have for 2 months, has HCM, payroll, finance, integration, studio, everything a part of it. For 2 months. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know somebody talked about if your company, they want to pay for the training and the certification and all that. I am very interested in the certification part. I'm already a security administrator for my company, and I just found out that every certification I get, it's a $5,000 increase on my salary. So for me personally, I'm interested in getting as much certification as I can. My company pays for the training, they pay for certification, but with all the projects that I currently, I do, it's a lot of work. So for me, what is important for me is the certification part.
If your company is paying for the training and the certification because you work for a partner or customer company, I would say immediately join that. And then when you are going for the certification, like when you are about ready to, let's say you schedule your certification August 31st, just saying, reach out to us and get access to our platform to practice those certification tests, and we'll release those access for you.
But do you have like a customized fee for that? Do you have like a person to reach out to when it comes to that certification part?
Yeah, absolutely. We can just send an email to info@ZaranTech.com and we'll send you all the details.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can surely help you. You are in a very good situation already. You work for a customer and partner company. They're paying for all these $4,400 and $800, all of that stuff. So you already have access to the Workday Learning Center and Workday community. You are in a very good situation. All you need to clear the certification. And the certification is not easy. Let me put it this way. Certification is not easy.
And another question I have from my HCM background. I know, when it comes to like the integrations and connectors, you do all that, the peek off and, so is this just the functional part, or you're doing like, you're going to be talking about integrations for payroll too?
I'll leave that question for Jay.
We are covering functional, Ben, in this course, but we will talk about what are important, integrations like ACH and direct deposit, those kind of integration, but we'll not, deep dive into technical specifications.
Okay.
This is purely a functional course.
Okay. Thank you.
At this point, I'm going to stop my share. Ajay, thanks for allowing me to explain all of that. You have the control.
Thank you. Nino, I think you had a question. You mind asking that?
She's on mute or she left or something.
So
I don't see her.
As far as I can understand, you're there, Nino? All right. So, okay. Unmute. Let me see. We can unmute you.
You have to unmute yourself, Nino.
Yeah, we can't unmute you.
Yeah, she has muted herself.
Okay.
I can't for some reason.
Hello.
You can just exit the.
Okay. Guess not anymore.
Yeah. So, what I understand from your chat is that even if you're switching careers and you're not sure which module you want to pursue, you can stay on this call maybe for, if that ends and we can, talk about that. But this course is basically, you don't have a prerequisite. If you have interest in payroll, you want to learn Workday Payroll, this course will, give you that for sure. So with that, I have a couple of more slides and then we will, get into the tenant and I will try to show you some things around related to payroll and, our tenant as well. Okay. So I had a slide on Gartner's Magic Quadrant and I seriously love this slide because this talks about, why Workday and how Workday is, ahead and beyond other ERPs. So this is a 1,000+ employee quadrant. And you see Workday is right at the leader's spot in both terms of execution and, the vision. So Workday, as I said, is a very different ERP from other HCM suites like your ADP, SAP, and Chronos and Oracle Fusion. We have a lot of control on the compliance. One of the very beautiful features of Workday is all the tax updates, all the compliance updates, all your IRS related updates, right? They are made absolutely on time. Why this is important is because I have seen clients who are on ERPs like SAP or other payroll ERPs, and their system for some reason doesn't update these tax rate updates and do those changes in timely manner, with due to which these companies end up deducting incorrect taxes for the employees, right? And it's a very companies come in a situation where they get even sued for this. But with Workday, you will see, right? Because as I said in the beginning, that the tax part of Workday is very much owned and delivered by Workday, right? So all those before the year ends, right, and the new tax year starts, lot of state or federal government would make changes to their tax structures, right? They might change the tax percentages or the way they calculate taxes or the taxable wages or your tax wages brackets, right? They make these changes, some of the changes every year, right? These changes are made to the product by Workday well in advance before they kick in to the effect, right? So and you have all the delivered custom reports which you can use to see what are the tax changes that have happened, right? For an example, has the tax rate changed for Washington? When has that changed for New York? What has changed, right? So all those changes are made by Workday's backend team. You as a consultant or as a payroll administrator do not have to bother about making those changes and keeping a track of it. Of course, you can view them, you have all the visibility to see what are the changes that has happened, but you don't have to do them, right? Workday does it for you and well in advance. So you are always a step ahead in the game when it comes to compliance and processing correct payroll, right? So if I go to previous slide, so Workday is basically it was founded in 2005 by David and Anil. So these were people who built PeopleSoft, and once the PeopleSoft was bought by Oracle, they started Workday. So they bring in the knowledge of already an ERP which was doing well, and they built on that, right? It's a cloud-based system, so you or as an end user you have access on your phone and on your laptops, right? From anywhere in the world you can access Workday. With that, what are the key benefits? So it leverages a very robust calculation engine to calculate complex calculations, right? So different, earnings and deductions, right? With different overtime calculations or different deductions which have touch points with absence or time tracking or benefits, right? Or as payroll inputs. So you will be able to create all those earnings and deductions and connect it to the payroll engine, and we will see how you configure earnings from basics, right? Earnings deductions, and then we will move to very complex earnings configurations like your overtime and other earnings, right? Timely compliance update, as I mentioned, right? Workday updates and owns all these compliance updates, and it makes them way ahead in time. You can slice your population into different pay group. You can create run categories, which is concept in Workday, which is basically how you want to play, how you want to pay employee, who you want to pay, and what you want to pay, right? The who, the what, and the how of payroll that falls into the payroll processing framework, which is your period schedule, pay group, and run category. So we will see, how those three things together empower you to control your payroll population and segregate and make segments in your population, right? Offer employees access to mobile and online payslips. So as I said, employees can view their payslip both on mobile and on their desktops. They can use their self-service as a method to make changes to their payment elections or to make any tax elections or to view their W2 tax and wages statement, right? You have access to different audit reports in Workday, different dashboards in Workday, using which you can not only view data, right? So Workday has dashboards which you can, use to view charts, graphs, and everything. So it's a very good visualization tool, and we will see, what are different dashboards in payroll that we use, how we can customize and configure them, and what are different standard reports, audit reports, payroll registers. There is hundreds of standard Workday delivered reports for payroll, right? Starting from your pay register to your withholding orders, to your taxes, to your retro, earnings and definition, earnings and deductions, right? All those standard reports we will see. All right. And right now, Workday supports payroll for 5 countries: US, Canada, UK, France, and Australia. And recently, they have come up with payroll for Ireland as well, I think just a couple of weeks back. So, as Alok has mentioned previously, the core payroll part of it, which is, almost, the half of our course, talks about the core payroll. The elementary payroll, that remains same for all these countries, right? There are some changes or some nuances that happen at country specific. This course will deep dive into US specific payroll, where we will talk about tax structures. Of course, as I said, the Fair Labor Standard Act, which is the act that controls the overtime payment for employees, the tax authority exceptions, the withholding orders, right? All different things which will help you learn more about US payroll in detail, right? So payroll, as you know, a lot of people are already working in payroll. You would already know that payroll is a downstream module. Okay, so a lot of other modules feed data into payroll. For an example, compensation module will feed into what is the hourly rate or what is the salary of the employee, right? HCM module will feed into normal, demographics of employee, which company that employee belongs to, which cost center that employee belongs to, what is the employee type, what is the employee, rate of the employee, what is the position of the employee, job profile of the employee. All basic level of things will be fed into by HCM. Then absence and time tracking also feed a lot of data, because if an employee is on a leave of absence, that data comes in from the absence module. Time tracking module will send, there are hourly employees who punch time, correct? So the time tracking module will set the time information, or if there are employees who have taken some time off, so PTO, or are sick, right? That those information come from the time tracking and the absence module. Then benefits feed a lot of data into Workday, right? There are retirement plans like 401k, 403b, the pre-tax, the Roth retirement plans, right? We will see how we configure them, but we will also see what is the difference between, the pre-tax and the post-tax and how we configure them. So benefits host a lot of data in itself. For example, your medical, dental, vision, life insurance, accidental insurance, the health savings, all those kind of different benefits that an employer provides you, those the premiums for those plans inside the benefit module. But every paycheck, right? If let's say you have elected a dental plan for yourself, for your spouse, and for your children, you have to pay a certain premium portion every pay period, right? And that premium needs to get deducted from your payroll. So that is where benefits need to talk to payroll module, and that's where we do these configuration, right? The touch points between benefit and payroll, right? So these are the upstream modules which feed data into payroll. And once the data is fed into payroll, the payroll engine which you have set up as a consultant, runs that engine, calculate your gross to net. What is the gross pay of the employee? What are different pre-tax deductions? What are taxes? If there are any withholding orders, and if there are any post-tax deductions. And then the payroll engine comes to the net pay of the employee, which is the payment that has to be made to the employee. Let's say someone has a $2,000 of gross pay. Okay. They have $300 of pre-tax deductions, where they have some benefit premiums to pay, and a 401k, pre-tax deduction of, let's say, the $50, which they are, depositing it in their 401k account. So that gets deducted from their gross pay. Then the taxes get deducted from that, and then if they have any post-tax deductions, right, that gets deducted. And let's say they are left with $1,200 of net pay. So that is the amount that gets, you know, deposited to employees' bank accounts, or get, paid to the employee. Now comes the downstream modules. Payroll, once it calculates and processes the payroll, also feeds data to other modules like banking and settlement. Workday determines how much amount has to be paid to the employee, then it sends data to through settlements to the bank. Okay, that okay, go ahead and pay this much amount to these employees. Okay, financial accounting. So there, yeah, the journals and the ledgers have to be posted, right? So data from payroll hits the finance systems, the accounting systems, and of course, the taxes that were collected need to be dispersed to different agencies. If there are any withholding orders that have been collected, that needs to be, sent to different deduction recipients, right? So that happens as part of settlement as well. Now, before we go into the tenant, what we will learn, so we will learn about payroll processing. We will learn about earnings and deductions. We will learn how to create accumulators and balances. All these are different elements and constituents of, payroll configuration. We will look at what are different audit and different, delivered report, counting part, and the compliance part. Okay, what are the different dashboards and reports that you can run to look at different compliance changes that have happened in last 1 week, in last 1 month, or in last couple of months. All right. Then there is ESS through which an employee can make a lot of changes. As we already talked about, an employee can make changes to their payment elections, changes to their bank accounts. They can elect tax elections or view their pay slips or view their, tax forms. Okay. So this slide is really very important because this tells what, different things we are going to learn in next 5 to 6 weeks. All right. So we start with payroll overview, which is basically we talk about run categories, period schedules, and pay groups, how to configure them, how to connect them, right? We will talk about tax setup overview, how we do the tax setup. Very from very basic, we will see how the tax setup differs in US and what are the steps that you need to take to configure them. And we will do the configuration right in the class. And as part of activities, you'll be doing that as well. We'll talk about payroll inputs, how data is fed into payroll from external modules, like if you are using Chronos for your time, keeping how Chronos will send time to Workday, right? Or if there is a third party which keeps a track of your absences or time off, how it will it send, right? And how you can do manual payroll input in the system. We will dedicate good amount of time in learning the configuration and working on withholding orders, different types of withholding orders, how disposable earnings and everything is calculated. We will learn about retro pay. Retro pay, as you understand, is anything that should have happened and somehow for some reason were missed. Those entries you make on a backdated dates, right? And they are calculated in the current payroll as retro. So we will look at what are the different retro related setup and how you can run a retro, how you can stage data for retro. All right. And then off cycle processing. Anything that you want to pay outside of regular payroll, let's say you have to pay $500 of bonus, right? But you want to pay it as a separate check, not with the normal ongoing payroll of the employee, right? You can do a off cycle and you can pay the employee right away.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
So that's known as off-cycle processing, and we learn what are the different kind of off-cycles in Workday and how do we create and do all different off-cycles. Then we will talk about framework configuration and payroll calculation engine. These two modules are basically the core or the gist of payroll. We will see how you configure different earnings, different deductions, right? how you connect everything, how you set up tax authority exceptions, how you create pay accumulators, pay balances, pay competent group. All these things we will learn here. Then we will look at what is the required accounting setup that has to be done. All right. Because you need to have the correct accounting setup so that the accounting, can get updated, or the ledgers and the accounting periods can be created correctly. So we will look at how accounting setup is done, and at the end we will see how bank account is set up and how the settlement setup is done, right? And we will basically, with this we will cover the end to end process of payroll processing in Workday, right from creating a period schedule to creating banking and settling a payroll. We will see how a payroll is settled and how you can settle it. And of course, we will talk about how you can prepare your CV, what interview questions you can prepare, and we will provide certification guidance as Alok has already mentioned. With this, I want to quickly show you a couple of things in the tenant, right? So this is how our tenant looks like. We have dedicated tenants for all the participants. This is how a workday screen will look like as you go into as you log into your tenants, right? Let's see couple of payroll related pointers here. Okay, so this is a dummy employee. On the home screen of the employee, you have all the basic demographic details, right? What is the employee ID, which supervisory organization they belong to, what is the position of the employee, what is the business title, what is the job profile, what is the employee type, right? What is the FTE, which location they belong to. So basically, this is the summary page. What is the hire date? What is the termination date if the employee is terminated? All right. And on the left hand section, you have, different pages. You have summary, you have job, personal, compensation. This is where you see the compensation related details, right? What is the overall compensation for this employee? What is the hourly rate if the employee is hourly? What is the total annual salary, right? If the employee is a salaried employee. For an example, this employee is a salaried employee. They are not hourly or don't get paid on an hourly basis. And this is their annual pay, right? This is $96,410. That's their annual salary, right? You have a benefit section where you can see what are different benefits they have elected, right? And then we have our payroll section, which is pay. In pay itself, you have multiple, tabs. You have results, you have pay group, which pay group this employee belongs to, what is the frequency of the of the pay group, different pay slips of the employee, withholding orders if the employee has any withholding order, what are the payment elections. So payment election is basically how the employee want the salaries to be credited, right? So in US, you can have direct deposit, or basically your bank accounts, and your salary gets credited into your bank account. Or you have a check option. An employer can cut a check for you, a physical check, and you can get it cashed out from the bank, right? You also have options like pay card and other but majorly the two main payment election types are direct deposit and check. So this is the page where you as an employee can go and make changes to your payment election, or you as an administrator can make changes on behalf of the employee, right? For example, this employee has a account in Wells Fargo, and they have elected 100% of their amount should go into the Wells Fargo bank account. Okay. Then costing allocation, we will see what is a costing allocation and how you can override your costing allocation. Basically, costing allocation means to which cost center or to which costing company your earnings or wages should hit, right? From an accounting perspective. So this is where you define the costing allocation. By default, the costing company and the cost center are the cost center that the employee is assigned, at the time of hire, right? From HCM. But you have an option to override the costing. Let's say you want to assign a different cost center for some earnings, right? You can do that via via overriding the costing allocation for the employee. The results section is basically all the payroll results that have processed for this employee. So if you see, this employee has October 4 to October 10 of 2024 payroll that was processed. It is in complete mode, and they got, if you scroll right, you will see gross pay, you will see taxes and deductions, and then you will see the net pay. Okay. So they had $1,854 of gross pay, $503 of taxes and deduction, and then a net pay of $1,350. This calculation says status says completed. That means the payroll for this employee was completed. Okay. Then the next period was November 11 to November 17, and this as well is completed. The next period is 11/18 to 11/24, and you see the calculation status in progress. What does that mean? That means this is the in progress payroll. You can still make changes to this payroll. You can still add pay inputs or delete pay inputs, recalculate the payroll, and make the changes. Once you complete it and settle it, that is when payment is made to the employee. If you go into this, you can use this magnifying glass, click and go into the detail, right? So this is basically the payroll results line page of that employee for that pay period. Okay. So you have worker level information with what's the worker name, what is their position, which period are we talking about, what is their pay group, what is their company. All right. In the next section, you have what is the payment date. So the period is 11/18 to 11/24, and the payment date is 11/29. Right. Right now we are into 2024 because this is a test tenant, right? This is not a live production tenant. We are into November 2024. Then it shows you what is the gross pay, what is the net pay, what is the pay calculation status, what is the accounting status, and what is the settlement status. All right. Settlement status says not yet started because this payroll is in progress, right? You have not completed it. Completing a payroll means locking and finalizing the payroll. Once you complete it, then you go ahead and settle it. If you scroll down, you will have multiple section here, right? You have gross to net, you have additional pay component, you have pay accumulation and balances, you have tax selections, payments, and actuals. Okay. So in the gross to net, you will see all the gross to net earnings and deductions and taxes of the employee. Okay. So you see here, this is the earning that they are getting, which is a salary pay, which is looking at their compensation, picking what is the compensation for the employee and paying them. All right. Similarly, you have benefit section where you will see all the details, all the deductions earnings that are flowing from benefits. Similarly, you have a tax section at the bottom. All right. And you can hit recalculate any payroll for the employee. So this is basically, how the tenant looks like. And we will work on each and every element that you see on this page, and we will learn how to configure it. What is the impact of that configuration? What is that configuration? What are the different configuration, features that you have to keep in mind? What are the best practices? And what are the live issues that customers face when they process payrolls? All right. So we will learn each and everything from basics to advanced level. With this, I think, yeah, this talks about what are the key features. So we will look at these in details when we start a course. But so key features are basically Workday provides you continuous payroll calculations, smart payroll audit, flexible configuration. As I said, you can slice your population into different pay groups and make payments differently for each subject, right? You can do off cycles, retro, complex configurations, and complex business scenarios like mergers and acquisitions, right? So this is the payroll processing framework. We talked about period schedule, basically talks about what is the start date, end date, payment date. Run category specifies how do you want to pay those employees, and pay group, right? The who of the payroll, who are the employees that you want to pay. Correct. I think that the framework that we just saw, the period schedule, run category, payment elections, withholding orders, accumulators, all these things we will see how we configure them and connect them, right? Steps in payroll. So step one, of course, is the data collection. As we saw, the data flows from the upstream modules. The time and attendance is captured, right? And in step three, you start your payroll calculation. The payroll calculation engine starts. You run reports and validation audit reports to see if payroll is looking correct. Then you complete the payroll and finalize and complete the payroll. Then you settle it and the payment is made to the employees. And in the step seven, you do post payroll activities, right? You still run some reports or run outbound integrations that have to go to other systems once the payroll is complete. So these are various steps, and each and every step we will see in detail in our course. Yeah. Different sources of payroll, as we saw: compensation, HCM, benefits, time and attendance, feed data into payroll, right? Taxes and withholding elections, feed tax related data to payroll, and the taxes of the employees are calculated accordingly. Payroll input are any manual adjustments or one time payments that you want to give into the system via override. Those you can do, right? And we will see all these, right? We will configure earnings, we will configure deductions, we will configure pay component groups, pay balances, and we will configure the tax engine. So this is different components of payroll processing. And then we will do end-to-end processing: how we initiate a payroll, how we review the results, how we resolve if there are any errors, how we approve and complete the payroll, and how we execute payments and do post payroll activities. And how you can, as a employee, as self-service, you can do a lot of changes to your profile as an employee, right? As I said, you can do payment elections, you can change your bank accounts, you can change your tax selections, right? You can change your contact information, you can change or you can view your tax forms, the W2s, the W2Cs, and your payslips, right? All the employee as self-service things. I think that was all high level what this course talks about. I will Alok back to you if you want to talk about the salary trend and the job market sides.
Well, right now, we are seeing a very big demand in the US market for PAT, like the payroll absence time tracking. I mean, we've been delivering corporate training in the US market for about 16 years, almost 16. SAP being our number one product we sell when it comes to training, and Workday number two. But in the last 3 years, we've never seen this kind of demand for any type of Workday training. So it is 10:1. If we sell 10 training programs, let's say 11, 10 are from Workday. So the demand for Workday training is just skyrocketed. And that in itself tells you where the market is heading towards. So we are a very, very, very big shop when it comes to SAP. We offer about 200 plus SAP courses, customized courses as well. And Workday, we offer every one of those courses, which you have seen. We are a corporate training company. 95% of our business is corporate training. I mean, we train for KPMG, PwC, TCS, Freshworks, Micron, Sony, Samsung, Birlasoft, you name it, we train. All the SI companies, we are the direct vendors. We don't go through sub-vendorship. We are a corporate training company. We do quite a lot of on-site trainings. I mean, we fly to UK. US is our home anyways. We have an office in India where we do trainings. So on-site training is quite a lot. And the demand for Workday training is absolutely skyrocketed. And obviously the certification part as well. Being a shop here in the US, it has helped us quite a lot. One more thing we do, a lot of people don't know this, we also help our US customers with pre-vetted Workday consultants around the world. So we work with US customers who want to hire pre-vetted remote Workday consultants. We have a database about 270 plus pre-vetted consultants around the world, mostly in India. And we supply them, I mean, they can sit at home in India and work and connect to a Workday customer here in the US because of us. And it's all part-time. I mean, we have consultants who have a full-time job making 2.5 lakhs a month in India, but working as a freelancer, remote consultants, working 15 to 20 hours for our US customers here. Since we are a partner, we are connected to over 150 US customers who we serve as corporate trainings, delivery, AMS support, all of that stuff, and projects as well. But we take smaller projects. We are more into products than projects. We develop our own products. So that's in a nutshell. Like I said, we've never seen this kind of demand in the past 3 years like we've seen for Workday. And every customer has a GCC open in India or Philippines or other countries there. So the demand outside of US is very good too. So you are in the right field. If you're starting out in payroll, there's nothing better than this. After payroll, if a lot of times people ask me this question, so I'll just help you with that right away. Learn this, get certified, get your job. If you have experience in payroll, you are gold already. Then work on that field, learn absence, time tracking, because PAT is very, very, very high in demand. So is some finance modules, and HCM obviously is. But that's the route you want to take. And then later on, you can get your implementer ID and then work for an implementation partner, which is where you make the biggest bucks. So any questions? Yeah, no problem.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you.
What is the passing grade for people that take your course?
Passing grade too.
If somebody takes your course, what are the chances that they will pass the certification exam?
Our passing percentage right now is 87% for 87%. Those who attempt. 87%. Those who attempt the certification in first attempt. 87% is our passing in certification. Now, you have to understand, not everybody taking our training can afford that $800.
Yeah, right, yeah.
For certification. So not everybody goes for certification. For those who do, 87% clear the certification in first attempt.
So the exam is $800 every time you take it?
Yeah. It's courses and certifications are very expensive.
Yeah, okay.
That's why normally people like to get a job with a customer partner company and they take care of it. Yeah.
I think it said every time you take it, or you have free trials.
Free trials. That's why we have built a platform which is called, that Pro Certification Test Platform. So it is better for you to fail on our platform rather than fail the certification exam, which Workday offers. Because once you fail that, that's it. And then you have to wait 4 working days, and then you pay again for another credit, like $800 again, and then take the certification again. And the proctoring is also very serious. I don't know if you've ever done with Measure U or Proctor U. So when, let's say you want to take the certification on 31st, and you have set a time, there will be a call. You will have to have a camera on your computer. They will give you all the instructions of how the certification exam is going to go. It's 50 questions. The choices, the options are, what I'm going to say, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to prepare you. Mostly all the options will look the same. So you have to be subject-wise very good. And then somebody's going to call you, and then they're going to do a full proctoring. They're going to have you take the camera behind your ears. You can only when you face the camera has to, your back should be towards the door. There should be only one door in the room. Nobody should be in the room. They will have you move the camera 360 degrees behind your ear, under the keyboard, behind the computer, all of that stuff. Proctoring is not, it's pretty strict. Workdays, 80%, 40 out of 50 questions should be right. And then while you are taking the certification exam, they are recording your eye movement. So you could score 42 out of 50, and then you might think, oh, you just passed. They will not give you the result and say, we'll let you know in 24 hours. And that 24 hours, they will evaluate your video. I mean, they go over the video. I mean, there is an AI tool which goes over the video and checks your eye movement for every question. If they feel like you cheated, you will fail. Did I scare you enough? I'm sorry. I have to say this. I'm sorry, but it is very tough. But I mean, it's not that tough. But if you know the subject, it's pretty simple. So,
Yeah.
As an education company, we have seen people who have 5-6 years of experience working in this field still not be able to clear. So it's all depends on your subject. So if somebody's like, hey, I want a job, I want this, I want that. I'm like, what's your basics? Learn the basics. Get on the tenant. Practice on the tenant. Practice, 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 practice. Jobs will come to you once you have that talent. So, people jump the gun. They always are like, I want to get a job. I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, that's why we are so focused on training, knowledge, gain that knowledge, add value to yourself. And then it's pretty simple after that. And your trainer will literally agree with everything what I'm saying. He's a certified consultant, 10 years in this field. So, and we have trained over 8,500 learners. We also train corporates. So we see this in and out every day.
That's right. And
then you can connect with me as well. You'll see who I am and what I do. I'm literally connected to every CTO, CIO, CXO out there of almost quite a lot of Workday customers and partner companies. And we also have the biggest learner community on LinkedIn, and we have the biggest YouTube channel for Workday. And on our YouTube channel, you will find all the courses, full course videos for free. I mean, if you want to learn payroll for free, go to our YouTube channel. It's full courses there. I mean, there's not just, I'm just telling you straight. Go to our YouTube channel, workdaylearnercommunity.com. And then you will find all Workday courses for free, videos. We have
any questions? Yeah. I see in chat there are questions.
Okay. How about salary trends in India? Best way to do this is Indeed.in. I mean, because they change so much. And, it's such a wide question because it depends from city to city, client, customer to customer, who you work for, what project you work for. But in the beginning of your career, take whatever you can get, because that experience counts. Beginning of the career, don't care about salary. Experience, demand the salary.
This course is for
47 hours. Yeah. Tanish Napa. If you see, I've posted the full course details, cohort. I know you want that information, but everything is in that sheet. Go ahead. Ajay, you were saying something?
No.
I know this.
Yeah, Ben had a question.
Yeah, sorry. I know this is for payroll. So do you have like the demo for other modules as well? Or do you have like a link to to review other modules, like the demo or the cost outlines and the fees?
Yeah, we have them. Give me 1 second. I'll post all of them for you. And then we have a portal for all video courses as well. So right here is a full cohort list coming to you now. These are all our instructor-led live training programs. You have to understand, we do not do public batches as many because, we do corporates. But when it comes to video courses, we have everything. And that link is coming to you now.
To answer your question, you will have access to create custom reports, okay, in the tenant.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. Any other questions? So after this, I will send you an email with the enrollment details, all of that stuff, all the good stuff. Enroll as soon as possible. Our batches fill fast. If you want to talk, I think we got few reviews for Ajay on our LinkedIn. Talk to those people. We have posted that link as well. That'll help you, if you have any questions or whatever. We have through our payment plans, the Stripe link we have. I told you there are installment options if you want to choose that. We use credit cards, so that you can always dispute if you are, a lot of times people ask this question. What if you take my money and run? Okay. I mean, we get that question too, so trust me.
Hey, I came in a little late on the demo. How many weeks is the training?
We try to cover about 7 to 8 hours a week. 47 hours, it's about 6, sometimes 7 weeks.
7, okay.
Yeah.
And you record everything, right? You record all the trainings.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, all the live sessions are recorded and put it in the LMS. Yes.
And will you get access to a community? I mean, during the training,
Which community?
Workday community?
That you get access after we refer you to the partner company and you pay for your certification. And then
Okay.
once they enroll you to the certification portal, you get access to Workday Learning Center and the Workday community. Yes.
Through the partner. I mean, through the Workday partner.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And I know the test is $800. I mean, per attempt. Does the partner charge?
That's what Workday charges.
Yeah, but does the partner charge any fees? I mean,
No. And one more thing, I just want to let you know, partner company is just a partner company because they help us out to our students. They are a staffing partner. We work with staffing partner, sales partner. We ourselves are innovation silver partner. So we get that. And then let's say you work for a customer company. Okay, this is a question I should have covered before, but I'll cover now. A lot of times people come to us from customer companies and they're like, hey, my customer or my partner is not getting me certified, which if you are in this, you know, and I'm coming to you because I want to get certified. And then they get certified to us and then they transfer the certification to their customer or partner company. We can do that.
Hey, Alok.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, excellent, great. Well, I was just a student. I just finished my HCM Workday last week with one of your fine trainer, Ayansh.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I got an invitation today, a couple of days ago, from one of your salesperson to join the payroll demo. So that's what I'm here for. But actually, I'm trying to prepare the certification for my HCM. Workday, you know, so at least I would rather focus on that one first. I would like to get the certification within the next couple of months, at least by October, hopefully. Yes. And then hopefully I should be working with one of your partner company, you know.
So to you, man, but you are right. I would never suggest you to jump onto another course. You know, obviously learn one thing, get better at it, get certified, get a job, and, you know, whoever you work for, AMS company, customer company, whatever you work for. Because what you can learn at the job, it has nothing compared to that. You know, once you have that kind of experience, then you can, you know, learn another module. But if you're in HCM, I would still suggest you to go into the HCM modules more, like absence, time tracking. Sorry, not absence, time tracking, my bad. Comp, advanced comp, benefits, recruiting. You know, there's talent, all of that stuff. So.
Right. Basic things first, you know, and then I can jump into payroll.
Well, that's another 2-3 years. So.
Right. At least. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's about 10:15 p.m. If you guys have some questions, please ask. If not, we will conclude this session. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. You all take care. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.